Two men on the same street both needed a pair of work boots. One paid $200, the other paid $60, and he was proud of it. He thought he'd just saved himself $140. 10 years later, the man who paid $60 had spent $600 on boots. The man who paid $200 had spent $200. Same street, same feet, same 10 years, and the poorer man paid 3 times more. That's not bad luck, that's a tax, and almost nobody talks about it. Meet Ray. Hard worker, patched jacket, up before the sun. Ray doesn't have $200 for boots. He has $60. So he buys the $60 pair, because that's what he can afford, and that right there is the whole point. Those boots last about a year. The soles crack, the winter gets in, and next year he's back at the same shop, handing over another $60. And again. And again. Meanwhile, the man in the red hat bought one solid pair a decade ago, and they're still on his feet. He didn't make a smarter choice than Ray. He made a choice Ray was never allowed to make. Because the $200 option only exists if you already have $200. And here's where it gets brutal. It isn't just boots. Once you're short on money, everything quietly starts costing you more. The bank charges you a fee for not having enough money in the bank. You buy the small size because you can't put the cash down for the big one. So you pay more per unit for the exact same thing. Your car is old, so it eats repairs. Rent comes every month forever, and not $1 of it ever becomes yours. Miss a bill, and there's a late fee sitting there, waiting, like it knew you would. Every one of those is a bill for being broke, and every one of them lands on the person with the least room to pay it. So let's kill the lie right now. This is not because poor people are bad with money. Ray isn't lazy, and he isn't foolish. He's paying a price the guy across the street never even sees on his receipt. When someone says, just buy the good boots, they're describing a door that's locked from the outside. So how does anybody actually get out? Here's what the man in the red hat told Ray one evening, sitting on those cracked front steps. He didn't say invest. He didn't say hustle harder. He said something smaller and far more useful. Before anything else, build the smallest cushion you can. Not a fortune. $100. Then $300. Then someday, a month of rent. Because that little cushion is the thing that switches the tax off. It's the buffer that stops the overdraft fee. It's the reason you don't need the emergency loan. It's the month you can finally afford the boots that last 10 years instead of 1. You're not saving to feel rich. You're saving to stop being charged for being broke. And it's slow. It is genuinely slow. And anyone who tells you it's easy has never been there. But every single dollar you put between yourself and zero is a dollar the system can't take from you anymore. Ray didn't get rich. That's not this story. But about a year later, he walked out of that shop with one good pair of boots. The kind still on your feet 10 years from now. He'd finally stepped out of the loop. And that next winter, for the first time in a decade, his feet stayed dry. If you've ever been charged extra just for not having enough, you already knew this one was true. Subscribe. We tell one money story like this every week. Same little town, same familiar faces. And just so we're clear, this is a story, not financial advice. Talk to a real professional before you move real money.